Please settle in, and let your mind drift along with the gentle currents of starlight and soft whispers of wind. We will speak of a journey, a long and winding path through the cosmos, and the quiet beginnings of a new world. It began, as many stories do, with a farewell. Our Earth, a vibrant blue sphere nestled amongst the stars, was facing a great and unavoidable sorrow. Two mighty alien forces, immense and powerful beyond human comprehension, clashed in the vast expanse above our world. Their battle, though far beyond our skies, sent ripples of devastation downwards. The Earth, our home, was caught in the crossfire, destined to be consumed by the overwhelming energies unleashed in this cosmic conflict. Knowing the inevitable, humanity, with heavy hearts but unwavering resolve, sought to preserve itself. Grand, colossal ark ships were constructed, each a vessel of hope and memory, designed to carry fragments of our civilization away from the dying planet. These arks, immense metal behemoths, were filled with sleeping souls, stowed away in cryogenic pods, dreaming of a future they might never see. Among these arks was the American Ark, known as the White Whale, a vessel carrying a hopeful fragment of the United States of America, a microcosm of lives and dreams and aspirations. Imagine the slow, almost imperceptible hum of the White Whale as it drifted through the inky blackness of space. Picture the gentle sway, the soft, rhythmic pulse of its engines, pushing it ever onward, away from the fading light of Earth and towards the unknown. Within its metallic shell, thousands upon thousands slept, suspended in time, their bodies gently cooled, their minds at rest. They were passengers on a voyage without a destination, guided only by the faintest glimmer of hope, a whisper of possibility carried on the solar winds. Years, perhaps decades, blurred into an indistinguishable flow within the cold vacuum. The White Whale sailed silently through nebulae painted with soft hues of lavender and rose, past distant, twinkling stars that resembled scattered diamonds on black velvet. There was no rush, no urgency in its journey, only the slow, deliberate drift of a vessel carrying dreams. Then, a sudden tremor. A jarring, unexpected lurch that disturbed the serene slumber within. Something was amiss. The gentle hum of the engines faltered, replaced by a low, groaning vibration that resonated through the very structure of the ark. The stars outside, once steady and predictable, began to spin and blur, painting streaks of light across the viewing screens. The White Whale, so steadfast and true, was losing its way, caught in an unforeseen cosmic current. And then, silence. Not a peaceful silence, but a silence pregnant with uncertainty, a stillness that felt heavy and foreboding. The engines ceased their gentle song. The lights within flickered and dimmed, casting long, dancing shadows in the corridors. The ark, once a beacon of hope, was adrift, lost in the vast, uncaring expanse of space. Slowly, painstakingly, systems were brought back online. Emergency lights cast a soft, amber glow, illuminating the hushed interiors of the White Whale. From the depths of cryosleep, individuals began to awaken, their minds slowly returning from the long, dreamless void. Confusion, disorientation, and a profound sense of unease filled the air. Where were they? What had happened? The promised new world seemed distant, uncertain, perhaps even lost forever. Among the first to awaken were those trained for such moments, the personnel designated to guide and protect the sleeping masses. Elma, a woman of quiet strength and unwavering resolve, was one of these. Her movements were calm and deliberate, her voice soft and reassuring as she began to assess the situation. Linley, or Lynn, a young woman with bright, inquisitive eyes and a boundless well of energy, was another. Her youthful enthusiasm, tempered by a growing understanding of the gravity of their situation, provided a spark of much-needed optimism in the dim corridors of the Ark. Together, Elma and Lynn, along with others who stirred from their slumber, began to piece together the fragmented story of their plight. The white whale had crash-landed, not on a welcoming new Earth, but on an unknown, alien planet. The impact had been severe, scattering sections of the Ark across the landscape. Many life pods, containing the sleeping colonists, had been ejected during the crash, their locations unknown. The once mighty white whale was broken, wounded, but not entirely defeated. It had found a resting place, a new, albeit unexpected, home. Emerging from the wreckage, they found themselves in a world unlike any they had ever imagined. A world bathed in the soft, diffused light of a binary star system, casting long, gentle shadows across a landscape painted in vibrant hues of green and blue. Giant, towering trees with leaves like shimmering emeralds reached towards the heavens. Strange, melodic calls of unknown creatures echoed through the air, a symphony of alien sounds that both intrigued and unsettled. The air was clean and fresh, carrying the scent of damp earth and unfamiliar blossoms. This was Mira, a world of breathtaking beauty and untold mysteries. The first task was survival. Shelter was needed, and quickly. From the salvaged remnants of the white whale, a small outpost began to take shape, a fragile beacon of human presence in this alien wilderness. They called it New Los Angeles, or NLA for short, a name that echoed their lost home but also hinted at the hope for a new beginning. It was a humble settlement at first, little more than a collection of makeshift shelters and salvaged technology, but it was a start. It was a place to gather strength, to plan, to remember, and to look towards the future, however uncertain it may be. Within NLA, a new organization was formed, born out of necessity and driven by a shared purpose. It was called Blade, beyond the logo's artificial destiny emancipator, a name both complex and meaningful. Blade was to be the shield and the sword of humanity on Mira, tasked with exploration, defense, and the search for their lost brethren scattered across the planet in those missing life pods. Elma became the leader, her experience and calm demeanor guiding the fledgling organization. Lynn, with her engineering skills and unwavering spirit, became a vital member, always ready to tackle any challenge with enthusiasm and ingenuity. You, too, awaken into this new reality. You are one of those who slumbered aboard the white whale, now roused to face an unfamiliar world. You are given a new purpose, a new identity, a member of Blade. Your memories of Earth are distant, dreamlike, fading like watercolors in the rain. Your focus now is on Mira, on NLA, on the tasks ahead. You are given a gentle introduction to this new world, guided by Elma and Lynn, shown the rudimentary facilities of NLA, and informed of the mission that lies before you. The early days in NLA are filled with a sense of quiet routine, punctuated by moments of discovery and small triumphs. You learn to navigate the nascent city, a growing collection of prefabricated structures and repurposed ARC technology. You meet the other inhabitants, survivors from the White Whale, each carrying their own stories of loss and hope. There's Maurice, the pragmatic and resourceful administrator, always busy managing the city's limited resources. There's Vandam, a seasoned veteran, gruff but kind, who oversees the military operations of Blade and provides guidance to new recruits. There's Irina, a skilled pilot and a woman of few words, her gaze often lost in the distant horizons, perhaps remembering the world she left behind. And there's Lau, a thoughtful and introspective scientist, his mind always probing the mysteries of Mira, seeking to understand this alien world and its secrets. Your first missions are simple, gentle tasks, designed to acclimate you to the environment and to the work of Blade. You venture out into Primordia, the vast, sprawling continent surrounding NLA, a land of rolling hills, lush forests, and shimmering lakes. The landscapes are peaceful, serene, bathed in the soft, golden light of the twin suns. You learn to operate a doll, a powerful, humanoid mech, salvaged from the White Whale, a symbol of humanity's technological prowess and a vital tool for exploration and defense. The doll moves with a smooth, rhythmic gait, its metallic feet softly padding across the grassy plains. The sounds are gentle, the whirring of servos, the soft hum of its energy core, the rustling of leaves as you pass through the forests. Your missions involve tasks like resource gathering, collecting fallen debris from the White Whale, and scouting unexplored areas. You learn to identify edible plants, to navigate using the stars and the contours of the land, to move quietly and observe the native wildlife. The creatures of Primordia are diverse and fascinating, many of them peaceful herbivores, grazing in the meadows or fluttering through the trees. There are gentle, long-necked creatures that resemble giraffes, their movements slow and graceful. There are small, furry creatures that scamper through the undergrowth, their eyes bright and curious. Even the larger, more imposing creatures seem to move with a certain languid grace, their roars echoing softly across the plains, more like deep rumbles than aggressive challenges. You discover hidden groves, filled with luminous flora that glows softly in the twilight, casting an ethereal light upon the surrounding foliage. You find clear, crystalline streams, their waters cool and refreshing, teeming with small, silver fish that dart amongst the smooth, rounded stones. You climb gentle slopes, reaching vantage points that offer panoramic views of the vast, undulating landscape, stretching as far as the eye can see, a tapestry of green and gold under the soft, watchful gaze of the twin suns. As you explore, you encounter small pockets of danger, remnants of the alien conflict that led to Earth's destruction, or territorial native creatures. But even these encounters are handled with a sense of calm and measured response. Combat is not a frenzied, chaotic affair, but a deliberate, strategic engagement. You learn to utilize the abilities of your doll, to coordinate with your teammates, to overcome obstacles with skill and patience rather than brute force. The sounds of combat are muted, softened by the vastness of the landscape, the low thrum of energy weapons, the metallic clang of impacts, the fading cries of defeated foes. Slowly, steadily, you and Blade begin to expand your understanding of Primordia and Mira. You establish forward operating bases, small outposts that extend humanity's reach into the wilderness, providing safe havens and resupply points for further explorations. Each new discovery is a small step forward, a gentle unfolding of the mysteries of this new world. The pace is unhurried, the progress gradual, reflecting the long and arduous journey ahead. There is no rush, no desperate urgency, only the quiet determination to rebuild, to explore, to understand, and to survive in this strange and beautiful new home. The days in NLA settle into a predictable rhythm. Mornings begin with the soft glow of the twin suns rising over the horizon, casting long shadows across the city. The air is cool and crisp, carrying the scent of dew-kissed vegetation. Days are spent on missions, exploring the vast landscapes of Primordia, gathering resources, and assisting the growing community. Evenings are a time for rest and reflection, for sharing stories and meals with fellow Blade members, for gazing up at the alien constellations that adorn the night sky, wondering about the future and remembering the past. The nights are quiet, peaceful, filled with the gentle sounds of nocturnal creatures and the soft hum of the city settling into slumber. And as you drift into your own sleep within the quiet confines of NLA, surrounded by the soft sounds of this alien world, you can feel a sense of calm settling over you. The journey is long, the challenges are many, but for now, there is peace. There is the gentle rhythm of life on Mira, the slow, predictable cycle of days and nights, the quiet hum of hope resonating within the heart of New Los Angeles. Rest now, and let the soft whispers of this new world carry you into peaceful dreams. The journey continues, gently, steadily, into the quiet unknown. Please take another deep, calming breath, and allow yourself to drift further into the gentle unfolding of our tale. The soft light of Mira continues to bathe the land, and the quiet rhythms of life in New Los Angeles persist, a soothing lullaby in this new world. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the small outpost of New Los Angeles began to feel a little less like a precarious foothold and a little more like home. The initial rush of establishing basic survival had settled into a more predictable pattern. The hum of generators, once a frantic struggle to restart, became a constant, reassuring drone in the background. The makeshift shelters evolved into sturdier structures, pieced together from salvaged art components and local materials. Life within NLA found a gentle rhythm, a quiet pulse of activity that ebbed and flowed with the twin suns' passage across the sky. The exploration of Primordia, that vast, green continent surrounding NLA, continued at a steady, unhurried pace. Blade operatives, including yourself, ventured further afield, mapping the contours of the land, charting the waterways that meandered like silver ribbons through the valleys, and cataloging the diverse flora and fauna that called this land home. Each expedition was a gentle journey of discovery, a slow unfolding of the secrets held within Primordia's embrace. You became familiar with the rolling hills, covered in tall grasses that swayed softly in the breeze, their tips shimmering like gold dust in the sunlight. You learn to recognize the calls of the local creatures, the gentle chirping of small, bird-like beings, the deeper, resonant hum of larger, herbivorous grazers, each sound contributing to the tranquil soundscape of Primordia. You discovered hidden groves, sheltered from the open plains, where ancient trees stood sentinel, their branches draped with moss-like soft, green velvet, their roots delving deep into the earth, anchoring them to the land. But Primordia, vast and welcoming as it was only the beginning. Whispers began to circulate within Blade, hushed conversations in the quiet corners of NLA, about other continents, other lands beyond the horizon, hinted at by long-range scanners and fragmented data recovered from the White Whale. These were lands unseen, unknown, holding the promise of new discoveries, new resources, and perhaps, new dangers. And so, the exploration expanded, venturing beyond the familiar embrace of Primordia, towards the mysteries that lay beyond. The first of these new lands to be reached was Sylvalum. Imagine, if you will, a world bathed in perpetual twilight, where the suns rarely pierce the thick, swirling clouds that perpetually shroud the sky. Sylvalum is a land of cool, muted colors, of soft grays and deep blues, a place where the light is always diffused, gentle, and calming. It is a land of snow and ice, but not the harsh, biting cold of a frozen wasteland. Instead, it is a soft, quiet cold, a gentle embrace of winter that blankets the landscape in a serene stillness. As you journey to Sylvalum, aboard a newly repaired transport ship, the transition is gradual, almost imperceptible. The bright, golden sunlight of Primordia slowly fades, replaced by a softer, diffused light that filters through the thickening cloud cover. The air grows cooler, carrying a hint of crispness, a whisper of frost. The landscape below transforms, the vibrant greens and browns of Primordia giving way to shades of gray and white. Landing in Sylvalum is like stepping into a dream. The ground is covered in a soft blanket of snow, undisturbed and pristine. Giant, crystalline structures rise from the landscape, formations of ice that shimmer with an ethereal glow, reflecting the diffused light in 1,000 soft sparkles. The air is still and quiet, broken only by the gentle crunch of your boots on the snow and the soft sigh of the wind as it whispers through the icy formations. Sylvalum is a land of bioluminescence. Despite the perpetual twilight, it is not dark. Instead, it is illuminated by a soft, internal light emanating from the flora and fauna that thrive in this unique environment. Strange, luminous plants grow in clusters, their petals glowing with soft blues and greens, casting an otherworldly light upon the snow-covered ground. Crystalline creatures, their bodies translucent and shimmering, move slowly and gracefully through the landscape, their forms outlined by their own internal luminescence. The sounds of Sylvalum are muted, hushed, contributing to the overall sense of tranquility. The gentle rustling of snow crystals in the breeze, the soft dripping of melting ice from the crystalline formations, the distant, melodic calls of nocturnal creatures, all these sounds blend together into a quiet symphony of winter. Even the native wildlife of Sylvalum moves with a slow, deliberate grace, their movements as gentle and unhurried as the landscape itself. Exploring Sylvalum is a journey of quiet wonder. You navigate through icy canyons, their walls sculpted by wind and time, their depths shrouded in soft shadows. You discover frozen lakes, their surfaces smooth as glass, reflecting the muted light of the sky like vast, silvery mirrors. You encounter settlements of native creatures, peaceful, nomadic beings who have adapted to the cold and the twilight, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of this unique environment. Missions in Sylvalum often involve collecting unique crystalline resources, materials found only in this frozen land, essential for crafting new technologies and upgrading equipment in NLA. These tasks are not rushed or urgent, but rather deliberate and methodical, requiring careful observation and gentle interaction with the environment. You learn to move quietly through the snow, to track the movements of the crystalline creatures, to harvest resources without disturbing the delicate balance of this fragile ecosystem. The other continent to be explored soon after Sylvalum was Noctilum. Imagine now a world of vibrant, verdant life, a stark contrast to the muted hues of Sylvalum. Noctilum is a rainforest continent, a land of dense vegetation, towering trees, and a symphony of sounds and colors that awaken the senses in a gentle, yet stimulating way. It is a place of warmth and humidity, where life flourishes in abundance, a vibrant tapestry woven from countless shades of green, interspersed with splashes of bright, exotic colors. As you approach Noctilum, the transport ship descends through a layer of mist, a soft, ethereal veil that clings to the landscape below. The air grows warmer, carrying the scent of damp earth, blooming flowers, and the rich, green fragrance of dense foliage. The muted light of Sylvalum gives way to a brighter, more vibrant illumination, filtering through the canopy of the rainforest, dappling the forest floor with patches of sunlight. Landing in Noctilum is like stepping into a greenhouse, a world overflowing with life. Towering trees, their trunks thick and gnarled, reach towards the sky, their branches intertwined to form a dense canopy overhead. Vines, thick as ropes, hang from the branches, swaying gently in the humid air. The ground is covered in a thick layer of leaf litter, soft and springy underfoot, teeming with unseen life. Noctilum is a symphony of sounds. The constant chirping and buzzing of insects, the melodic calls of birds hidden within the dense foliage, the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze, the soft patter of rain falling on the canopy, all these sounds blend together into a rich, vibrant soundscape that fills the air. The air itself is thick with the scent of blossoms, damp earth, and the sweet, almost intoxicating fragrance of exotic fruits. Exploring Noctilum is a journey of sensory immersion. You navigate through dense undergrowth, pushing aside broad, velvety leaves, their surfaces cool and damp to the touch. You discover hidden waterfalls, cascading down moss-covered cliffs, their waters clear and refreshing, their sounds a soothing counterpoint to the vibrant chorus of the rainforest. You encounter creatures of all shapes and sizes, from tiny, brightly colored insects that flit amongst the flowers to larger, more imposing herbivores that browse peacefully in the undergrowth. Missions in Noctilum often involve navigating the dense rainforest, searching for specific types of plants and insects for research and medicinal purposes. These tasks require patience and careful observation, a gentle approach to the environment, and a willingness to immerse yourself in the rhythms of the rainforest. You learn to identify the calls of different creatures, to follow faint trails through the undergrowth, to harvest resources without disturbing the delicate balance of this vibrant ecosystem. As you explored these new continents, Sylvalum and Noctilum, the scope of Blade's mission began to expand. It was no longer just about survival in Primordia. It was about understanding Mira in all its diverse and wondrous forms. It was about establishing a presence across the planet, securing resources, and learning to coexist with the native life forms. And, always in the background, was the unspoken, yet ever-present goal, the search for the missing Lifehold core, the central computer system of the White Whale, rumored to contain the sleeping souls of the vast majority of human colonists. The Lifehold core was a whisper, a legend, a hope. Its loss during the crash was a devastating blow, a potential end to humanity's dream of a new beginning. Finding it, reactivating it, was seen as the key to securing the future of humanity on Mira. But its location remained unknown, lost somewhere on this vast and mysterious planet. The search for the Lifehold core became a subtle undercurrent to all of Blade's activities, a long-term objective that guided their explorations and shaped their priorities. Within NLA, life continued to evolve, to adapt to the new realities of Mira. The city grew, slowly but steadily, expanding outwards from its initial core. New districts were established, each with its own purpose and character. The commercial district, bustling with trade and activity, became the heart of the city's economy. The residential district, a quieter, more peaceful area, provided homes for the growing population. The administrative district, the center of Blade's operations, became the hub of planning and coordination. And the industrial district, filled with the hum of machinery and the clang of metal, became the engine of production and technological advancement. You continue to interact with the familiar faces within NLA, each character slowly revealing more of their personalities and their stories. Irina, the skilled pilot, remained enigmatic and reserved, but glimpses of her past, her quiet grief for the lost Earth, began to surface in brief, unguarded moments. Vandam, the gruff veteran, showed a softer side beneath his hardened exterior, a deep concern for the well-being of the survivors and a quiet pride in the resilience of humanity. Maurice, the pragmatic administrator, continued to juggle the city's resources, his calm demeanor a reassuring presence amidst the constant challenges of survival. And Lau, the introspective scientist, remained a figure of quiet contemplation, his mind always working, always probing the mysteries of Mira, his motivations still veiled in a gentle ambiguity. Your days in NLA and your explorations of Mira settled into a comforting routine. Mornings began with the soft light filtering through the city's structures, the gentle sounds of awakening life. Days were spent on missions, exploring the diverse landscapes of Mira, gathering resources, assisting the growing community, and slowly, patiently, piecing together the fragments of the planet's secrets. Evenings were a time for rest, for quiet reflection, for sharing stories and meals with fellow Blade members, for gazing up at the alien constellations that shimmered in the night sky, a constant reminder of the long journey that had brought you to this new world. Nights were peaceful, undisturbed, filled with the soft sounds of Mira's nocturnal life and the quiet hum of the city settling into slumber. And as you close your eyes once more, Letting the gentle rhythms of Mira wash over you, you can feel a sense of quiet contentment settling within. The challenges remain, the mysteries deepen, but for now, there is peace. There is the slow, steady progress of rebuilding, of exploring, of understanding. There is the quiet hum of hope resonating within the growing city of New Los Angeles, a beacon of resilience in this alien wilderness. Rest now, and let the soft whispers of Sylvalum and Noctilum carry you deeper into peaceful dreams. The journey continues, gently, steadily, into the quiet embrace of the unknown. Please settle in once more, and let your mind become as still and calm as the twilight skies of Sylvalum, or as gently vibrant as the rainforests of Noctilum. We will continue our journey across Mira, allowing the soft rhythms of this world to lull you into a state of deep and peaceful rest. As the exploration of Sylvalum and Noctilum broadened humanity's understanding of Mira, so too did whispers of yet more undiscovered lands begin to circulate within Blade. Long-range scans, pieced together from fragmented satellite data and painstaking ground surveys, hinted at continents even more distinct and diverse than those already charted. Among these whispers, two names began to emerge with increasing frequency: Oblivion and Caldros. Lands of mystery, promising new wonders and unknown challenges, beckoning the ever-curious explorers of New Los Angeles onward. The next continent to draw the attention of Blade was Oblivia. Imagine now a vast expanse of sun-drenched desert, stretching out under a clear, cerulean sky, a land painted in hues of warm sand and pale rock, where the air shimmers with heat and the silence is broken only by the whisper of the wind. Oblivia is a land of ancient secrets, of sweeping dunes and towering rock formations, a place where time seems to slow to a gentle, unhurried pace. The journey to Oblivia was a departure from the cool, muted tones of Sylvalum and the vibrant greens of Noctilum. As the transport ship approached, the landscape below transformed once more, the snow and ice of Sylvalum and the dense foliage of Noctilum giving way to a panorama of open sky and rolling sand. The air grew warmer, drier, carrying the faint, earthy scent of sun-baked stone and desert flora. The light became brighter, more intense, reflecting off the vast stretches of sand, creating a shimmering, almost dreamlike quality. Landing in Oblivia was like stepping onto another planet entirely. The ground beneath your feet was warm, yielding sand, stretching out in all directions, seemingly without end. Towering rock formations, sculpted by wind and sand over millennia, rose from the desert floor, casting long, cool shadows as the twin suns climbed higher in the sky. The air was still and dry, the silence profound, broken only by the soft sigh of the wind as it sculpted ripples in the sand dunes. Oblivia is a land of subtle beauty. While seemingly barren at first glance, closer inspection reveals a delicate ecosystem adapted to the harsh desert environment. Scattered across the landscape are hardy desert plants, their leaves small and waxy, designed to conserve precious moisture, their blossoms bursting with unexpected colors, vibrant yellows, deep oranges, and soft purples, splashes of life against the backdrop of sand and rock. Small desert creatures, adapted to the heat and dryness, scuttle amongst the rocks and dunes, their movements quick and efficient, their forms blending seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. Perhaps the most striking feature of Oblivia is the Great Ring. Imagine a colossal, circular structure rising from the desert floor, an immense ring of stone that stretches towards the heavens, its origins lost to time, its purpose a mystery. The Great Ring dominates the Oblivion landscape, visible from vast distances, a silent testament to an unknown past, a focal point of exploration and wonder. Its scale is breathtaking, its presence both awe-inspiring and gently enigmatic. Exploring Oblivia is a journey of quiet contemplation. You traverse vast stretches of sand dunes, their contours constantly shifting with the wind, creating an ever-changing landscape of gentle slopes and sweeping curves. You discover hidden oases, pockets of lush vegetation nestled amongst the rocks, fed by underground springs, offering respite from the heat and dryness of the desert. You encounter ancient ruins, crumbling structures of stone, half buried in the sand, whispering tales of civilizations long gone, their stories etched in the weathered stones. In Oblivia, you encounter a new indigene race, the Definians. These beings are tall and slender, with graceful movements and calm, thoughtful demeanors. They are adapted to the desert environment, their skin tanned by the sun, their eyes reflecting the vastness of the open spaces. The Definians are a peaceful and contemplative people, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the desert, their culture steeped in ancient traditions and a deep respect for the natural world. Initial encounters are cautious and gentle, a slow process of building understanding and trust, guided by mutual respect and a shared sense of curiosity. Missions in Oblivia often involve exploring the Great Ring, seeking to understand its purpose and origins, and interacting with the Definians, learning about their culture and their history. These tasks are approached with a sense of gentle inquiry, a desire to understand rather than to impose, to learn rather than to conquer. You learn to navigate the desert terrain, to conserve resources in a harsh environment, to communicate with the Definians in a way that respects their traditions and their ways of life. After the vast, open landscapes of Oblivia, the next continent to be explored, Kaldros, presented a stark contrast. Imagine now a land of fire and ash, a volcanic continent where the earth trembles beneath your feet, and the sky is perpetually shrouded in smoke and steam, a place of raw, untamed power, painted in hues of deep red, black, and gray. Kaldros is a land of geological upheaval, of molten rock and fiery vents, a place where the very air seems to vibrate with heat and energy. The journey to Kaldros was a dramatic shift from the serene landscapes previously explored. As the transport ship approached, the horizon began to glow with an ominous red light, growing brighter as they drew closer. The air grew warmer, carrying the acrid smell of sulfur and volcanic gases. The landscape below transformed into a panorama of jagged peaks, smoking craters, and rivers of molten lava, a scene of both terrifying power and strangely compelling beauty. Landing in Kaldros was like stepping onto the surface of a restless giant. The ground was hot, vibrating with subterranean activity, the air thick with smoke and ash, making each breath a heavy inhale. Volcanic vents hissed and roared, spewing plumes of steam and gas into the sky. Rivers of molten lava flowed slowly and relentlessly across the landscape, their fiery glow illuminating the surrounding terrain, casting flickering shadows that danced and writhed like restless spirits. Kaltros is a land of extremes. The heat is intense, the terrain treacherous, the atmosphere heavy with volcanic gases. Yet, even in this harsh environment, life persists, adapted to the extreme conditions. Strange, heat-resistant plants grow in the volcanic ash, their forms twisted and gnarled, their colors muted and earthy, yet tenacious in their grip on life. Creatures adapted to the heat and volcanic activity roam the landscape, their bodies armored and resilient, their movements deliberate and powerful, their presence a testament to life's ability to endure even in the most hostile environments. Exploring Kaltros is a journey of cautious respect. You navigate through fields of hardened lava, their surfaces sharp and uneven, requiring careful footing. You traverse canyons carved by ancient lava flows, their walls stained with vibrant mineral deposits, their depths shrouded in steam and mist. You encounter active volcanoes, their cones steaming and rumbling, their presence a constant reminder of the raw power of the earth beneath your feet. Missions in Kaltros often involve gathering rare minerals and geothermal energy resources, materials found only in this volcanic environment, valuable for advanced technologies and energy production in NLA. These tasks require careful planning and execution, a respect for the dangers of the environment, and a measured approach to resource extraction, ensuring minimal disruption to the delicate balance of this volcanic ecosystem. As Blade expanded its explorations to Oblivion and Kaltros, the search for the Lifehold core remained a persistent, though often unspoken, objective. Fragments of information, gleaned from recovered ARC data and deciphered alien transmissions, hinted at possible locations, leading exploration teams to venture into the most remote and challenging regions of Mira, driven by the hope of recovering this vital piece of humanity's heritage. The search was slow, painstaking, often yielding little in the way of concrete results, but the belief in the Lifehold core's potential remained a powerful motivator, a quiet flame of hope burning within the hearts of the survivors. Within New Los Angeles, life continued to evolve, to adapt to the ever-expanding knowledge of Mira. The city grew, its districts becoming more defined, its infrastructure more robust. New technologies, developed from salvaged ARC components and discoveries made on Mira, began to improve the quality of life for the inhabitants. Agriculture expanded, providing a more stable food supply. Manufacturing capabilities increased, producing more advanced tools and equipment. NLA was slowly transforming from a fragile outpost into a more self-sufficient and thriving settlement, a testament to human resilience and adaptability. The relationships between the inhabitants of NLA deepened, bonds forged in shared experiences of loss, survival, and discovery. Elma, Lynn, Irina, Vandam, Maurice, Lau, their personalities and their individual stories continued to unfold in subtle ways, their interactions with each other and with you becoming more nuanced and complex. The sense of community within NLA strengthened, a quiet solidarity born from facing the unknown together, a shared hope for a future on this strange and beautiful world. Your days continued in their gentle rhythm, a balance of exploration, mission work, and quiet moments of reflection in NLA. Mornings began with the soft glow of the twin suns, casting long shadows across the growing city. Days were spent venturing into the diverse landscapes of Mira, from the sandy dunes of Oblivia to the volcanic peaks of Caldros, each journey a step further into understanding this new home. Evenings were a time for rest and respite, for sharing stories and meals with fellow Blade members, for gazing up at the alien constellations, now more familiar, yet still holding a sense of wonder and mystery. Nights were peaceful, undisturbed, filled with the soft sounds of Mira's diverse ecosystems and the quiet hum of the city, a lullaby of hope and resilience. And as you drift once more towards sleep, letting the gentle heat of Oblivia and the fiery breath of Caldros fade into the background, you can feel a sense of quiet accomplishment settling within. The challenges are ongoing, the mysteries remain, but progress is being made, slowly, steadily, gently. The search for the Lifehold Core continues, a quiet undercurrent of hope. New Los Angeles grows, a beacon of human resilience in the vastness of Mira. Rest now, and let the soft whispers of Oblivia and Caldros carry you deeper into peaceful dreams. The journey continues, gently, steadily, into the heart of Mira's quiet mysteries. Please allow yourself to sink into the soft embrace of slumber once more, as we gently draw towards the conclusion of our journey across Mira. The warmth of Oblivia and the fires of Caldros now recede into the background, replaced by a sense of quiet anticipation for the deeper mysteries that still await. As Blade continued to explore the diverse continents of Mira, a subtle shift began to occur in the nature of their discoveries. It was no longer just about mapping landscapes, cataloging flora and fauna, or gathering resources. A deeper understanding of Mira itself began to emerge, a sense that this planet was more than just a world, more than just a collection of continents and ecosystems. Whispers began to circulate, hushed conversations amongst the scientists and explorers of NLA, about the very nature of Mira, about its hidden essence, its underlying reality. These whispers spoke of a connection, a subtle thread that seemed to weave through all of Mira's diverse environments, from the snowy peaks of Sylvalum to the sandy dunes of Oblivia, from the lush rainforests of Noctilum to the volcanic plains of Caldros. It was a sense of unity, a feeling that all these disparate landscapes were not separate entities, but rather facets of a single, larger whole. The native creatures, the flora, the very land itself, seemed to resonate with a shared energy, a common rhythm, a subtle pulse that beat beneath the surface of the planet. Lau, the introspective scientist, became increasingly focused on these subtle clues, poring over data gathered from across Mira, seeking to decipher the underlying patterns, the hidden language of the planet. His research led him down paths of inquiry that were both fascinating and unsettling, hinting at a reality far more complex and profound than initially imagined. He spoke of energy flows, of planetary consciousness, of a living system that encompassed all of Mira, a concept that stretched the boundaries of human understanding, yet resonated with an undeniable sense of truth. The search for the Lifehold Core, while still ongoing, began to take on a slightly different perspective. It was no longer just about recovering lost colonists, about securing humanity's future. It became intertwined with this emerging understanding of Mira itself. Could the Lifehold Core, or repository of human consciousness, somehow be connected to this planetary consciousness that Lau was beginning to uncover? Could finding the core unlock not only humanity's past, but also Mira's deepest secrets? Clues, fragmented and elusive, began to surface, pointing towards a location that was unlike any explored before. Whispers spoke of a hidden continent, veiled from conventional scans, a place of profound mystery and immense power, a place that seemed to resonate with the very heart of Mira. This continent was known only by a name whispered in hushed tones, a name that carried a sense of both awe and trepidation: Mira's central life form. The journey to Mira's central life form was unlike any previous expedition. It required navigating through treacherous spatial anomalies, distortions in the fabric of reality that shimmered and warped the senses, testing the limits of dull technology and human endurance. The landscapes encountered along the way were surreal and otherworldly, shifting and changing in unpredictable ways, challenging the very notion of fixed space and time. There was a sense of entering a realm beyond the familiar, a place where the laws of physics seemed to bend and sway to an unknown will. Finally, after navigating these ethereal pathways, the transport ship emerged into a landscape that defied description. Mira's central life form was not a continent in the conventional sense. It was a vast, organic structure, pulsating with a soft, internal light, a colossal network of living tissue that stretched across the horizon, blending seamlessly with the very fabric of the planet. It was a landscape that was both alien and strangely familiar, organic and technological, beautiful and awe-inspiring in its sheer scale and complexity. Exploring Mira's central life form was an experience of profound sensory immersion. The air hummed with a low, resonant frequency, a vibration that seemed to penetrate the very bones, creating a sense of deep connection to the living structure itself. The ground beneath your feet was soft and yielding, like walking on living flesh, yet strangely firm and supportive. Luminous pathways pulsed with light, guiding the way through the organic labyrinth, their rhythms echoing the heartbeat of Mira itself. The sounds were unlike anything heard before: soft, organic pulses, gentle whispers of energy, melodic hums that resonated through the very air, a symphony of life playing out on a planetary scale. The scents were subtle and complex, earthy and floral, with hints of minerals and energies, a fragrance that was both grounding and ethereal, deeply calming and subtly invigorating. As you venture deeper into Mira's central life form, the true nature of the planet began to reveal itself in ever clearer terms. Mira was not just a planet, it was a living being, a colossal organism, a planetary life form of unimaginable scale and complexity. Its continents were like organs, its ecosystems like bodily systems, all interconnected and functioning in harmonious unity. Humanity had not just landed on a new world, they had landed within a living entity, a being of cosmic proportions. This revelation brought with it a profound sense of awe and humility. The struggles for survival, the explorations, the discoveries, all took on a new meaning in the context of this grand, living planet. Humanity's presence on Mira was not just about colonization, it was about entering into a relationship with a living world, about becoming a part of a larger ecosystem, about finding a place within the tapestry of Mira's life. Within Mira's central life form, the search for the Lifehold core reached its climax. Following the luminous pathways, guided by the subtle pulses of energy, Blade operatives, including yourself, finally reached the heart of this living structure. There, nestled within the organic depths, was the life-hold core, intact, dormant, waiting to be awakened. But the path to the life-hold core was not unguarded. The ganglion, too, had been drawn to Mira's central life form, their own motivations intertwined with the planet's secrets. Their pursuit of the life-hold core was not simply about conquest or destruction. It was about survival, about their own origins, about their desperate attempt to find a way to perpetuate their own species in the face of an unknown cosmic threat. Their conflict with humanity was not born of malice, but of a desperate struggle for existence, a clash of survival instincts played out on the grand stage of Mira. The confrontation with the ganglion within Mira's central life form was not a dramatic battle for dominance, but rather a quiet, almost somber encounter. It was a moment of understanding, of recognizing the shared desperation that drove both humanity and the ganglion, a realization that both species were, in their own ways, seeking refuge, seeking survival, seeking a future in the vast and uncaring cosmos. In the end, there was no decisive victory, no clear-cut resolution. The life-hold core was recovered, its potential for humanity's future secured, but the mysteries of Mira remained, as vast and profound as ever. The ganglion's fate was left uncertain, their motivations understood, but their future unresolved. The true nature of Mira, as a living planet, as a planetary life form, was only just beginning to be understood, its depths still unexplored, its secrets still veiled. The ending of the journey on Mira is not a conclusion, but a beginning. Humanity has found a new home, not just on a planet, but within a living world. The future is uncertain, filled with unanswered questions and unexplored possibilities. But there is hope, a quiet, persistent hope, born from the resilience of humanity, the beauty of Mira, and the potential for coexistence and understanding in the vastness of the cosmos. Life in New Los Angeles continues, settling into a new rhythm, a deeper connection to Mira, a quiet acceptance of the unknown. The city stands as a beacon of hope, a testament to human adaptability and the enduring spirit of exploration. The days and nights continue their gentle cycle, the twin suns rising and setting over the diverse landscapes of Mira, casting long shadows and painting the skies with soft hues. The sounds of Mira, the whispers of the wind, the calls of its creatures, the hum of its living energy, become the lullaby of a new world, a world of endless mystery and gentle promise. And as you finally drift into the depths of sleep, letting the journey across Mira fade into the realm of dreams, you can feel a sense of quiet peace settling within. The grand adventure has reached a pause, not an end. The mysteries of Mira remain, inviting further exploration, further understanding, further journeys into the unknown. Rest now, and let the soft whispers of Mira's central life form carry you into the deepest, most peaceful slumber. The journey continues, gently, steadily, into the quiet heart of the cosmos, into the vast, beautiful, and eternally mysterious dream of existence.